Okay, so I'm actually pretty excited to make this video. Some of you may not know this, but D.Va is actually one of my favorite heroes in Overwatch. And now, I've been known to be pretty biased about heroes I like, but it's my video, so I'm gonna do what I want. And some of you may be wondering why I like D.Va so much. Well, as an aspiring Twitch thought, D.Va is my inspiration, my muse if you will. I aspire to just sit in a pink gaming chair with no knowledge of how to actually play the game, and allow my assets to do all the work. But enough about my dreams, let's talk about D.Va. So first thing I want to talk about is defense matrix. Because no matter how many times I hear it explained, people still don't listen. You don't want to use it non-stop. This is because if it gets completely depleted, it will take 7 seconds to recharge. And at that point, you might as well walk away and go grab a snack because 7 Overwatch seconds feel like 70 years. But seriously, you don't want to waste your defense matrix. It is the best tool for A, stopping the enemy from getting ult charge, and B, stopping your enemy's ultimates most of the time. But it won't stop rocks, don't ask me why. Literal fire strikes launched by this behemoth? Yes. Rocks thrown by a scientist with his toes out? No. It's okay, I'm sure Genji can deflect him, right? Next is her booster. This one's pretty simple. You get to point faster, you can knock people off the map, or launch your ult with it. It does 10 damage when you impact or something. I don't know, there's not much to talk about it. I guess it's cool. So moving on to micro missiles. They are missiles that do 7 per direct hit and 1 to 4 for splash damage. You can shoot these and your primary fire at the same time, and you can shoot these while you have your defense matrix up, which is great because while you're eating that Reaper ult, you can also be lighting them up with a bunch of missiles. Now her ult is my favorite thing to do because when you get it off right, it is the greatest feeling in the world, and when you miss, you get called the N-word. But her ult has massive team wipe potential, but it doesn't always work out. Doesn't matter, if you get 1 or 2, you're still good, because then you just drop another mech down and you're back to full health and you can re-engage in the team fight and hopefully get the rest of those picks that you missed. And of course, now I have to talk about her passive, which, granted, it's not the worst one in the game, it's still pretty bad. And the reason I hesitate here is because to some people, it doesn't seem that bad. What? Oh, you get a second chance, right? You get injected out of your mech, you can build your ult charge, which builds much faster when you're out of mech, to drop another mech and get back into the fight. However, the biggest issue with this is that the moment you lose your mech during a team fight, the enemy team is going to keep you alive there as long as possible to then kill you to stagger you from the rest of your team. And this becomes a huge problem when this whole game is based on a time constraint. So now the rest of your team is waiting on you to come back so they can make that last push. And if they don't have enough time to do that, they just have to start this next push without you. So now you're showing up late because you got staggered at this point. It's definitely one of the biggest problems with D.Va as far as like any of her kit goes, because the rest of it honestly works really well together. And her ability makes sense conceptually, right? The passive makes sense. She's just a girl in a mech, so when the mech gets destroyed, you're gonna inject. The problem becomes how this passive then gets exploited by the enemy team. And sure, at lower levels, the enemy isn't worried about stuff like that. They're probably just gonna kill you immediately, which is great for you because then you get to come back. And you could try to argue that her passive might need to be changed, but I don't necessarily think it does. Her passive still kind of balances her out in a way. It is just annoying to have to deal with, but it makes sense, and it's just something that has come as a result of people understanding her passive more than something that is just a generic flaw with her passive itself. All in all, I still think D.Va's one of the best tanks. And don't even try to bring up Sigma until he can find his shoes, alright? And that's it, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I know this took a little bit longer, but I'm glad you guys stuck around till this video, and there's gonna be more to come, I promise. It's just with the way my schedule is set up right now, I don't have as much time to work on these as I would like. So I'm gonna try to work on them as much as I can, but they will be taking longer. They won't be releasing every week like they used to. I'm gonna try to have another one out before the end of the month, but don't quote me on that. I am the only one that works on these videos, so I would like to thank everybody for helping me hit 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Feels like just yesterday I was at 500. It's incredible how well these videos have been received, and once again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. And if you want to see me play Overwatch while I gather footage for my videos, I'll be streaming on Twitch today at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The link will be in the description, so stop by if you have time, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed, have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.